All right, class, now let's talk about diseases that affect honeybee colonies. Now, the most virulent is a foulbrood, specifically American foulbrood. Now, American foulbrood is a spore-forming bacteria, and these spores can live in your colonies for up to 40 years. They're extremely difficult to get out of your colony. So, most often, you're going to have to burn all of your equipment if you have a colony affected with foulbrood. Okay? That includes the frames, the hive bodies, and the colony itself. And many state regulations require the burning of foul brood infected colonies. So make sure you check your state and federal or government regulations in your area to see what is required of you if you have foul brood. All right, so let's talk about foul brood. Foul brood does not affect the adults at all. It only affects the young. It gets into the larval phase, and if it makes it, in any case, and if the baby survives to the pupal phase, it turns the pupa into sticky goo. And I'll show you that in some pictures, okay? Now, the way you can recognize a pupa that is infected with American foul brood is it has sunken cells. See, this cell's sunken in, and it has pinholes in the cells. So you want to scan your pupa for sunken cells and pinholes as a first indicator that you have American foul brood. If the disease gets bad enough and enough of the brood get infected, they begin to die and rot, and then you can smell it. It smells like sulfur or, gym socks, okay? And you can smell it. It's very strong, all right? All right, so but first, before we reach the smelling phase, you're going to look for sunken cells and pinholes, all right? So scan your cat pupa for sunken cells and pinholes. It can also affect the larva. In fact, it gets in the larva, and then you can see in this cell here, and this cell here, and this cell here, that the larva is infected and has become gooey. It kills the larvae completely. All right, here's some more sunken cells. There's some pinholes. So you want to scan. Here's some healthy brood. The cells aren't sunken, but this one's a sunken cell, that's a sunken cell, that's a sunken cell. So these are what you're looking for. And notice it's a very spotty pattern, okay? When it gets really bad, the brood pattern gets really spotty. So we're looking for sunken cells, we're looking for pinholes, and we're looking for the smell. All right? Now the last thing you can really verify that you have American foul brood is the ropey brood test. All right, if you see some of these icky brood, these icky larvae right here, stick a stick in there and see if it sticks and is real ropey, like this. That is a sure indicator you have American foul brood. All right, now there are a couple of treatments for American foul brood. It is a, see, it's tetracycline. These are antibiotics, and tylosin. I'm sorry, that's an L. Now I've attached a video in this section to teach you how to mix and apply this to the colony, okay? So watch that video for mixing instructions. However, the FDA has passed down regulations stating that you cannot use an antibiotic on an animal that is going to be used for human consumption. And even though we don't eat the bees, we eat their product, the honey. And so both these antibiotics can make it into the honey. So we can prevent that by not treating the colony when we have a honey crop on, okay? So go ahead and remove those honey frames, those honey hive bodies, before you treat with these antibiotics. Also, it takes a veterinary prescription. It's called a veterinary feed directive, VFD, before you can get these antibiotics to apply to your bees. So you're going to have to develop a relationship with a local veterinarian before you can get the prescription you need to apply this to your colonies. Again, view the video I've attached. It teaches you how to mix both and how to apply both to the colony. All right, there's one other treatment option that is non-antibiotic, and that is a shake method. All right, now this is antibiotic free and it is effective. All right, remember I said that the adults are immune to American foul brood. So what you can do is if you have a colony that's affected with American foul brood, you need to set up another hive with undrawn frames and equipment, okay? So there's nothing in there but bare equipment, no wax at all. But you have a hive body and you have frames with no wax, okay? You have to take every frame out of here, shake all the bees off into this hive body, okay? So every bee, that includes the mother and all the workers, the entire workforce goes into here, leaving behind the honey and the brood. Okay? These are the things that are affected with the American Foulbrood spores. Okay? Now the adults that you shook in here that have the American Foulbrood spores in their belly, they will consume that, drawing up the wax for this hive. So basically you shake every bee in your colony into clean, undrawn equipment. That's the only antibiotic-free method of treating for foulbrood. All right, if you have any questions at all about the foulbroods, please post them in the forums.